Amerika Birleşik Devletleri deyince tabii aklımıza ne geliyor? Obez insanlar geliyor. Yani morbid obez insanlar. Hani öyle 3-5 kilo fazlası var değil de bayağı 300-500 kilo insanlar. Bu tabii hakikaten tıbbi olarak mücadele edilmesi gereken bir şey. Buna mücadele eden insanlardan bir tanesi Dr. Navzadaran. Tüm dünya Dr. Navzadaran'ı nasıl tanıyor? Şimdi Amerikalılar biliyorsunuz her şeyi ya bir iş koluna dönüştürüyorlar ya da her şeyi bir show bize dönüştürüyorlar. Dr. Navzadaran da morbid obeziteyle mücadeleyi bir televizyon programına dönüştüren bir doktor. Bütün dünyada ağır yaşamlar programı ile tanınıyor. Türkiye'de de çok tanınıyor, çok izleniyor. Ben de buraya gelmişken Dr. Navzadaran'ın kliniğine gelmem gerektiğini ve kendisiyle tanışmam gerektiğini düşündüm. Klinikteyim. Thank you, first of all, for your time. My first question, why are there so many morbidly obese people in the United States?
You know, that maybe look like there are a lot of morbid people in United States, but look at this statistic. In past 4 decades, the rate of obesity doubled in 72 countries. So, and that is a global phenomenon going on, but maybe United States is a little bit ahead of the curve because we have a lot of processed food and chemically engineered food in industry that are readily available. So we have restaurants that they can give you any kind of food you want from any kind of ethnic background, American, Italian, Mexican, Oriental food. Anywhere in the United States, you can get those within 5-10 minutes of where you are. Those highly processed food and large portions have become really a very attractive phenomenon for people. And people in the United States get accustomed to order the meals. If they are not going to a restaurant, they get delivery. So the food are relatively very cheap and available in the United States that you can get those. And on top of that, the lifestyle in this country is full of stress. So the stress eating is one of the big factors that contribute to being obese. And also lifestyle in the United States, it takes so much time that everybody is sleep deprived. They don't get enough sleep. So these all contribute to developing overeating and obesity in the United States. So our environment is pushing to overeating and obesity. So you put that on top of genetic and epigenetic obesity, you will have morbidly obese people. Maybe in the United States we are maybe ahead of the curve in the epidemic of obesity more than any other country. But this is a global phenomenon, and we see a lot of people becoming obese in different countries. So right now, 1/3 of world population is dealing with being overweight or obese. So this is a global phenomenon, but more prominent in the United States. So it is the disease that is going to increase. And by the year past 2030, I think they estimate that 79% of people in the United States will be either overweight or obese. So the food availability is very easy to make everybody to overeat and become obese. And the changes that happening in our environment, everybody is becoming automated, escalator, elevator, and even in industry they got robot working. There is nobody working in manual work. So automated life also contribute to a lack of exercise and physical activity. So you put all those elements together, become a perfect storm for developing morbid obesity. So this is something that we are dealing with in the United States. And in spite of all the medication and the surgery, the rate of obesity is growing faster than treatment. So the obesity is increasing rapidly in the United States and many other countries.
You said genetic factors. So
The what?
genetic factors, you said genetic.
Yeah.
So are some people destined to be obese then?
What do you mean?
Like if I have genetically, I don't know, if I have fat genes, so what am I supposed to do?
Well, you know, the genetic of obesity and diabetes increase in every next generation. So human being in the planet, they said over 5,000 years. So each genetic will be dominant disease is going to increase in next generation. You know, you take about 50 white mouse and you put one black mouse and you let those go to 7 generations, then all the mouse will be black because the black is a dominant gene. You take diabetes and obesity, and in 5,000 years that human being there, the rate of the genetic disease is going to increase with every generation. So this is something that is going to increase with every generation. But in past 4 decades, the rate of obesity increased more than genetic can explain. But there is very good cause for that. Is a very complicated situation to explain in a short period of time. I explain it in my book, but here is in nutshells. We have gastrointestinal system that we are born has some mycobacteria. Those are friendly bacteria in the intestine that help digestion. When the child is born, has a mycobacteria of the intestine from mother, and as time goes by, those bacteria increase, and a baby can digest more food. An adult person carry about several trillions, over 100 trillions of those mycobacteria that weighs 2 to 4 pounds, and those bacteria help digestive system and absorption and metabolism. What has happened in the past 4 decades with the improvement in industry that we find with the development of pesticide, household chemical, and the antibiotic that people that use, everybody is on some cholesterol medication, antidepressant, arthritis medicine. All those chemicals has altered the population of gastrointestinal mycobacteria to the point that become creating obesity. So this is happening in many other countries. At the beginning, we thought the fast food industry was responsible for obesity, but now become the data that's showing that it is the changes of mycobacteria in the gastrointestinal system causing obesity. So this is a new frontier of the bacteria that we're dealing with that is going to increase type 2 diabetes and obesity. So it looked like those bacteria that seems to be symbiotic relation with our body now become an agent to shorten our life expectancy. So if you look at the history of the human being, the biggest threat to the human life always has been infectious disease. At the beginning was cholera, typhoid, and once we overcome every disease, a new one will come up. Like HIV appeared without nobody knows where it came from, or the COVID and all those things. Bacteria, we live with them, but also they threaten our life too. So right now, I think it is very clear that changes in microbacterial intestine is most common cause of increased obesity rate in the world. And this is something that hopefully in the future, some sort of medication that can alter those bacterial population to the point that they are obesity genetic and control the disease. So, one of the popular medication for diabetes, metformin, will change the population of bacteria in the intestine to the point that control diabetes, but doesn't work on everybody. But some similar medication like that, hopefully in the future, will change, because right now they transplant those microbacteria from a thin person to obese person, has been showing that will change the metabolism and they lose weight. So this is one small step forward, but a lot needs to be done to treat obesity. So
how about habits? What are the common habits of overweight people? What do they do wrong, in a sense?
Well, the issue that we're dealing with is the average person doesn't take time to understand what the nutrition is, eat from the habit. So what happened when we are eating lunch because it's noon or eating late at night, we have to eat dinner. Nobody pay attention that those portions are big and the calories are very high. And if you calculate somebody have a breakfast from a fast food restaurant and lunch and dinner, at the end of the day, they have eaten 4 times more than calorie that we need. And that extra calorie will accumulate and form fat. So I think as a habit is one of the biggest issue that people they have, eat from habit. The other thing is the stress. People get stressed and they eat, and when they eat, things look better for them. And then there is a lack of exercise and a lot of snacking. Snacking is going to be a really important factor because, little calories that we take with the snacking in one day is very little weight gain. But if you take a snacking, a person doing in 1 month become a huge amount of weight gain. So this is something that nobody pay attention to the calorie count and all those things. So I think habit is one of the worst things that people have, and they don't pay attention how many calories they eat. And that is something that we need to work on it and educate everybody to watch their diet, count the calorie, and make sure what they eat is not a highly concentrated calorie and all that. You get people going to the coffee shop and order one coffee. They don't look on the calorie content that, you look at these people, they drink in 600 calories the day before we started the breakfast. So, paying attention to calorie count And just because it's a lunchtime, you have to eat. If you're not hungry, people eat from the habit. Even they're not hungry, they eat because it's time to eat.
Yeah. Why is it so hard to change habits?
Well, because the brain always like everything that we are doing. Changing is going to be very difficult. So that is something that we need to work on it. So everybody is comfortable what they're doing. They don't want to change because change is not something that our brain is equipped to handle. And this is like taking everything apart and starting from beginning. So those changes can be with a proper modification. Everybody can do that. But here's the situation. You can't change everything suddenly. I think we have to take step by step and take one thing at a time to change it and then add to it and build on it. But suddenly changing the whole thing is never going to work. And that will be a temporary change, and everybody gonna slowly go back to the thing that they do.
Yeah.
So we, change the diet and the person, and one step at a time, and then we modify the activity and exercise, and then we get them educated to what to do with their sleep pattern, with everything else. So change is very hard. But the best thing to do is pick one item to change at a time to be able to manage that.
Yeah. Can someone become overweight just by eating healthy foods, but like a lot of them? Is that possible?
Well, as far as our weight is concerned, it doesn't matter if we're eating healthy food or unhealthy food. Now, healthy foods are good because they have nutritional requirement for body. But when we eat too much of them, the calorie count. So it doesn't matter when we are eating healthy food or unhealthy food, how many calories we take in and how many calories we're spending. This is the balance between calorie in, calorie out, and doesn't matter if we're eating healthy or unhealthy. Mm-hmm. Eating healthy is always good, but doesn't guarantee that we don't gain weight if we eat more calories that we consume every day. So that is going to be the key issue that people need to understand that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How about body positivity movement? You know, in the last couple of years, people tend to say it's okay to be overweight. You are beautiful also, there is this trend. How did this affect fight against obesity?
Well, that positivity movement that going on to show that people overweight are okay is a double-edged sword. Because what happened, it will take the bias and shame for the people that are overweight, but at the meantime, will encourage them to continue what they do. That will be to some degree good to have a public not to discriminate against the obese people, but encourage them to say that you're okay the way you are, stay like that, is not a good thing. Because we have to realize that obesity is a mostly genetic disease, and to some degree, the person may not have control on the obesity unless we have some treatment in form of medication or surgery. So it is acceptable to understand those people that the factor that causes obesity maybe it's outside of their control, but at the meantime, not to encourage it. So positivity is a double-edged sword. In some places can be good, some places may encourage people to maintain the way they are.
How about GLP-1 injections, like Ozempic, Mounjaro, whatnot? What do you think about them?
Well, those medications have a good use for them. Those medications were designed to treat type 2 diabetes. And rightfully, those medications reduce need for insulin and help diabetic patients to lose weight and control their blood sugar. But also, they can increase satiety and people not eat and lose weight. They're very beneficial in some people that need to lose weight and they're not candidate for surgery. So those GLP injection can be helpful, but there are problems with that. Number one, the cost. That is an issue because if you take a cost of those medication over a period of 2 years, probably the surgery will cost less than that. And the second thing is the side effect. And those medications will have some side effect. You know, they can cause gallbladder stone, they can cause pancreatitis, they can cause acid reflux, they can cause aspiration with the sleeping, and many other things with cancer, thyroid, or all those things. So the side effects are also an issue with those medications. And the other issue with those medications is they work as long as you're taking the medicine. But all the studies showed a year after people stop that medication, they're back to the same weight. So these medications, they have a very temporary effect. And that may be useful for some people to get jump start to lose weight, but they don't have a durable effect on it. So those medication, people use them for some short period of time. They get to lose some weight, and they stop them, they gain the weight back. This is like, you know, every year after holidays in the United States, 50 million people start some sort of diet, but then in 2-3 months everybody gives up because none of those diets are sustainable, and you can't change and eat something somebody said eat this and this, you can lose weight, and that never worked. So, you know, those are the things that GLP-1 injection are very helpful for diabetes, very helpful for some people to lose weight, but their effect is temporary.
How about bariatric surgery? How about its effect? Is it permanent?
Bariatric surgery works very well on some people that are very heavy. Because it does two things. One is decrease the size of the stomach, so will limit how much they can eat. But the other thing, they make changes in the hormonal of the GI tract, and that will change the metabolism. But over a period of time, it will not change the genetic of disease, will have temporary effect. And if the person does not follow the discipline that they have, they can gain their weight back. So this is very common many years after surgery. Everybody fall back to the same old habit and they can gain their weight back. So the bariatric surgery has more durable effect. Most of the time, several years, people are able to maintain a healthy weight. And if they discipline and follow the direction and not fall back on the old habit and start snacking and eating whatever, whenever, they can maintain a good, healthy weight for a long time.
What is the percentage, according to your observation, like your patients? How many, after the bariatric surgery, gain weight? How many of them can keep a healthy life?
Well, that number is varies and unpredictable. But generally, the heavier they are, the more struggle they have down the road. Because it's a genetic disease that causes them overeat, hunger, and all those things will come back much sooner than people are not that heavy. Generally, with the people that we deal with, very heavy, with a BMI of 60, 70, 80, they have struggled a few years after surgery. Most of the time, those people need a second weight loss surgery for revision that will give them another jump start to control their disease. But disease is a genetic, and we don't change genetic with the bariatric surgery. We modify their gastrointestinal system. We change some hormones that are causes the obesity, but at the end of the day, the genetic disease will prevail and will come back, and these people will struggle again. So this is what I call a race with no finish line. So you have to stay in the race, and the only person that these people are competing is themselves. So, you know, understanding proper nutrition, understanding what is the best way to control your impulses about eating, how you discipline, and not to let the convenience take over your discipline is going to be related to how they come back for follow-up. People that we do follow-up, they stay pretty healthy. People that goes away and never come back follow-up, they come back when they gain all their weight back. So this is something that you need motivation, and you need proper information, and you need proper guidance. And everybody is different, so our role as a physician to treat obesity varies for every individual. It's not one size fits all. So this is something that a physician trained to do bariatric medicine can help, not being somebody that is not specialist and prescribing GLP-1 injections. So this is something that you need to work with every aspect of it, because everybody is different, and there is a lot of different issues that cause that obesity. Some are the situation that they got anxiety, and situation that is emotionally related. Those need to be addressed with the proper treatment to overcome the impulses to eat, and not to be binge eating and gaining weight. So the situation is very complex and need to be treated with a trained physician that are doing that, rather than getting a shot to lose weight.
Yeah. So give me the secret to a healthy, long life.
The secret of a long life?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I tell you, I'll have to kill you.
I'm going to escape.
I'm just kidding. Well, actually, there's no secret. Being long life, let me explain this way. Assume that when we come to this world, we will be only having one car for the lifetime. So what happened, we'll take care of that car so it will last our life. But when they give us one life, we have to take care of our life so it lasts longer. The difference is the car comes with the manual instruction how to take care of it, but the body does not. So it is up to us to learn what is the best way to maintain good health. And that information and education is the most valuable thing that we can have. You see people in 30 and 40, they're diabetic, they're gout, and all those things. Um, Nobody pay attention that smoking was not good for them, or alcohol was not good for them, and eating unhealthy food was not good for them. And this is up to us to learn and to understand the secret of healthy life. Education is for us. There is just some people that they can research, figure out what to eat, what not to eat. Then there are other people, they don't care. They do whatever they want and all that. And you see different once they get older. They look much older than stated age. So I think the secret is everyone need to understand their body, take a time to understand what to do, what not to do, eating healthy, maintaining a healthy weight, doing exercise, having adequate sleep, and eliminate stress in life. So this become the ingredient that people can do, and there are some supplements we can take to improve our brain function, to improve our body function, all that. And exercise is being a most important part of that, because that will cause some endogenous endorphin is like getting high with the endorphin that is equal to morphine secreted in our body, and maintain that as a healthy lifestyle. So it is our job to figure out what to do about operating manual for our body, because it doesn't come with that. Look at the information, learn that. But eating healthy, eliminate stress, sleep well, doing exercise is the important thing, and avoid anything that is not good for us. Among those things is smoking, use of recreation drug, alcohol. There is no benefit in any of those things. All the sugary drink and the smoothie that people get, they're empty calorie for that. It will make you more tired, and it will make you to be more hungry and all those things. So living a very active life is very important, and eating properly, understanding what nutritional supplement we need to take to improve our brain function and to improve our health is going to be important. So the secret is not a secret, it's out there. It's up to us to find it and figure out what to do for our life.
Yeah, so now I have the secret. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.